From MTN Sports, this is Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
We are back. After the summer off, we begin a new season of the Bobcat Insider. I'm Keaton Gallogly along with Grace Lawrence. Grace, week 0 is upon us. Cats are going down to Albuquerque. How you feeling about it?
I am so excited. I woke up with a smile on Monday morning, and I think it's going to carry right into game day on Saturday when the Cats head to Albuquerque and take on New Mexico. I'm also super excited to be back in studio with you, and we've got 2 guests in studio every week this year, which is so exciting.
Yeah, we're going to have some great coverage all season long. Of course, head coach Brent Vigen will be joining us every week. We're adding a player guest in studio this year as well, and we're beginning it today with the Butte native, QB1, Tommy Milot.
Yeah, you got to start out with QB1. I felt like that was, the right guy to start out with. Super excited to talk with him, one of 23 seniors, one of 8 Montana seniors, so really excited for that conversation.
This is a Montana-led roster. We're going to talk about a couple of these Montana guys, including Cole Sane, who's stepping into that center role, and we're going to get you a full scouting report on this New Mexico squad with head coach Brent Vigen coming up after this timeout.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
We're back on the Bobcat Insider. I'm Keaton Gallogly along with head coach Brent Vigen. Coach, how we doing? You're out of fall camp going into year 4. You excited to get this thing going now?
Yeah, real excited. Anytime your last football played goes back as far as ours does, back to December, you're anxious to get out there and see what the guys can do. They put a lot of hard work. Relative to this team going back to January, we had a good fall camp, and now it's going to be good to see where we're at compared to another opponent.
Well, a lot of turnover as well, some internal promotions at the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator positions. You've moved around a couple of the position coaches as well. Sean Chambers is back as an offensive analyst. A lot of seniors, but also lost some key pieces. How have you felt it all kind of gel so far through fall camp?
Yeah, I think our continuity with those changes, I think, allowed us to just move forward within a similar culture. A lot of the seniors this year were leaders on last year's team. So yeah, I think we've bridged that gap pretty well. Like the way the group is, willing to fight for one another, to communicate with one another, and ultimately, I think that's going to make a difference for us on these Saturdays coming forward.
Well, some of that experience is Tommy Milot back for his senior year. We're excited for that. We're going to talk about Tommy. We're going to talk to Tommy in a little bit with Grace Lawrence, but I want to talk about the guys up in front of him that will be protecting him. Cole Sane sliding into that center role with Justice Perkins, a little bit banged up, but Sane's a Darby kid, 7th-year guy. Tell me a little bit about his journey and what you're expecting from him in that center role.
Yeah, quite a journey. These 7-year guys, this might be the end of it for us. I know we had Cleveland Thomas Jr. last year, a 7-year guy, but Cole's journey since I've been here has been significant. He was a starter heading into the 21 season. He got hurt in fall camp that year. Justice Perkins takes over. Cole found his way into the lineup both in 21 and 22 at times. Missed all of 23. Had a couple, big-time injuries that occurred kind of on top of each other that summer leading in. And, I really appreciate his willingness to stick it out, to make the most of it, to play hopefully his best football he ever has his senior year. And even though it's his 7th year, this is his senior year, and we look for big things out of Cole.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's kind of stood out is some of that depth at the offensive line position, shuffling some things around after the transfers and the injuries. One guy I'm interested in hearing about is Burke Mastel, a Red Lodge native. He's built like a lodge. He's 315 pounds now. What are you expecting out of Burke Mastel this year?
Yeah, big things. Burke is a developmental guy, but the development that's occurred over the last couple of years out of Red Lodge has been significant. Last year played a little bit, played on the field goal protection team at times, got a few game reps, but really, he took it to another level this offseason. First in the winter, and then in spring ball, and then he followed it up with a real good summer. So, Burke's going to play a key role for us this year, and we're just pleased to. His emergence allows us, to continue to move forward in that offensive line.
Well, if they're playing well, that means Tommy Milot will be playing well as he goes in now as a 3rd-time captain for this team. What's the summer been like for him? What's been the focus on taking his game to another level this year?
Well, I think for us to be all that we want to be, it's Tommy having the best year he's had, and that's being a complete quarterback. Using all his tools essentially, and that's certainly his legs. I mean, I think that's going to be a part of what he continues to do, but it's using his arm and using his mind. He's incredibly smart. He's He's a great competitor. We let those things play out, but then as a passer, he's more than capable. And I think what we surround him with, both schematically and personnel-wise, I think will allow him to have, in some ways, a breakout year from a passing perspective. He's had some games here and there, but we need it to be a breakout season, and I think he's poised for that.
Well, and Sean Chambers is back after graduating last year, had his cup of coffee with the Carolina Panthers, but back as an offensive analyst now. What's it like for you as a coach, watching Sean now get into the coaching hat and working with Tommy right now?
Well, it came for him to decide that. I think it was a thought in his mind when he came to Montana State a couple years ago. But obviously he wanted to follow his football playing career as far as he could, and that came to an end, and he reached out shortly thereafter, which was the beginning of the summer, and said, "Coach, I'd love to get into coaching. What do you think?" And I said, "Well, we can figure something out here." So to bring him back, Sean was integral to our success the last 2 years, not only with his playmaking ability, but his leadership. His relationship with Tommy as teammates, I think, was significant to both of their success. So to have, Sean's perspective, not only with Tommy, but then with Tyler Walker, I think is going to be a real asset this year.
All right, let's flip it over to the defensive side. I know we saw Montana State lose the freakish athlete of Sebastian Valdez, but I think when you look at the two deep and the size and the versatility you have on this defensive line, it seems like you should be feeling pretty comfortable. How are you feeling about the D-line going in?
Yeah, I think it starts with our depth first and foremost. I think we have a chance to be as deep as we've been, and the more guys we can play, and the more guys we can play comfortably without that level of play dropping off, I think that's something we're shooting for. And then you have some real stalwarts in that group. I know Brody Grebe, Kenny Iden, Blake Schmidt, Paul Brott, are at the top of that list. We've added Alec Eckert, transfer from Washington State, who I think is going to factor in the emergence of younger guys like Zach Cruz, Hunter Parsons. It's working together in a fashion at the beginning. We are healthy right now, and if we can keep throwing waves of different guys at the opponents, I think we're going to have some real success up front.
All right, well, you're going to need some success up front as we get set for this New Mexico game coming up on Saturday in Week 0. Lots of national eyes on this game as well. Let's get into this New Mexico team a little bit. Now, they did have a coaching change, but they have some experienced quarterback, Devon Dampier, their sophomore quarterback. Played really well at the end of last season. What are you seeing from them on the offensive side? What are you expecting?
Well, I think it does definitely start with him. He got time as a true freshman last year in some big games, against big opponents. I know their season finished the way it did, but he had some real success against some really good teams last year, and he's dynamic, and to do the things that he did as a true freshman, both running and throwing, was very impressive and stands out to us. And I'm sure it stood out to the new staff coming in, and I'm sure they've said, hey, we got to build our offense around him. Take a look at the other weapons they have. They have some really good skill from a receiver perspective, from a running back perspective. And, I think we have a sense for what they want to do based on some previous years, whether it's been at Virginia or Syracuse for this offensive coordinator. But ultimately, we're going to have to get out there and make plays on that quarterback, make it hard for him, and then adjust to whatever we see them doing.
And on their defensive side, of course, they've got some size in the front. They've got a couple of former Mountain West All-Conference performers at the defensive back position. What are you expecting from them defensively? Well,
I think it does start back forward for them. I think their talent in the secondary is really strong. And same thing, we're looking at a lot of Virginia film, and that coordinator then went on to Vanderbilt. So I think combination of those two outfits, this staff, even though it's new, by and large, they were together at Virginia, so I think we can take something from that. But again, they're adapting to new personnel, and there's going to have to be a sense of adjustment that we do make. But I think that secondary, going back to that, I think it does allow for them to be aggressive. When you have a good secondary, it allows you to be more aggressive up front, and we got to be ready for just about anything come Saturday.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, one thing we'll be sure to be ready for is the sun. Make sure you hydrate and bring your sunscreen, Coach.
Absolutely.
All right, we're taking a break. In a little bit, we'll sit down with Tommy Mellott on the Bobcat Insider.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
Back to the Bobcat Insider. I'm Keaton Galogly along with Grace Lawrence. We just heard from head coach Brent Vigen. In a moment, we're going to talk with quarterback Tommy Mellott. But Grace, really interesting to hear from Coach Vigen about how they moved Cole Sane into that center role. He's a Montana guy, seventh-year player right now, so he steps in for Justice Perkins. But Coach Vigen, 4 years ago when he first got here, talked about wanting to develop depth, have a lot of versatility, and we're seeing that really shine through right now before the Cats have even played a game.
Definitely very unfortunate that Justice Perkins sustained an injury during fall camp. I think he's going after that record for most games started as a Bobcat. Nobody really snaps the ball better better than him. But now, like you said, Cole Sane moves into that position. He's coming back from a season that ended with injury. He didn't get to play last season. A 7-year guy adds a lot of leadership, a lot of depth, and I'm really excited to see him in that role, snapping the ball to Tommy.
No doubt. And with some of that experience, we still see some of the youth as well. Connor Moore will be back at the left tackle position. Titan Fleischman, an Idaho native, he's going to be in over at the right tackle position, which moved Marcus Weir inside. And then that left guard position could be JT Reed, could be the Red Lodge native Burke Mastel, which we just heard from Coach Vegan about. But a lot of shuffling around there, but they're going to need to be stalwarts if Tommy Malot's going to have the big year we're all hoping he's going to have.
And if anyone is used to shuffling around, it's got to be Marcus Weir. He came here as a defensive player, switched to the O-line, has one of the most illustrious careers already. A captain, a Billings native. Really excited for him this season.
No doubt. I'm excited to hear how Tommy thinks about this offensive line, what he thinks about Cole Sane, and what he thinks about one of his new coaches, in Sean Chambers, who's back as an offensive analyst.
Definitely. Does he call him Coach? Does he call him Sean? We'll find out as we sit down with Tommy Malott.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
Welcome back into the Bobcat Insider. I'm Grace Lawrence here with the Butte native, the quarterback, Tommy Malott. Thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Grace. Appreciate it.
Awesome. So, you guys just wrapped fall camp. It's officially game week, week 0. How was this fall camp? How did it differ from others?
I think obviously just everything got pushed back with that week 0 game. Certainly, going all the way back to really spring ball, going into summer workouts early and then into an early fall camp. So. With that, obviously comes a little bit of weather differences, starting right at the end of July versus, the first week of August, a little bit different there. But, I think just within the team, there's just been a ton of energy. The chip's really on our shoulder right now. Guys are fun around having fun, and we have a lot of seniors that, really have that realization of how limited their time really is at this point. So I think just the just excitement and just a chip on our shoulder has kind of been the biggest difference for us this fall camp.
Yeah, sticking with fall camp, what do you feel like you and the offense were really able to accomplish this year?
I think fall camp really just gives you the opportunity to get back to your basics of what your offense is going to be. We have a new offensive coordinator this year with Coach Walker, and we have some tweaks, obviously in the offense, some changes that we got installed here in the spring, and we just got to continue to clean up and really get accustomed to. So it's really just second nature this fall, and just so many reps and so many people getting opportunities, really 1 through 3 or 4, and the depth chart really knows what they're doing, and that's a big thing with us, is our depth drives us. So.
Yeah, you mentioned the coaching changes. Sean Chambers, who you spent 2 years with in a dual quarterback system. Now he's your coach. He's the assistant quarterbacks coach and an offensive analyst. Do you call him coach? Do you stick with Sean? How's it been with him as your quarterbacks coach?
Yeah, no, I heard that he was able to make it back up here about a week before fall camp started, and I was excited for him to be back up here. I think that being with Coach Vegan a couple years ago, transferring over here was a big deal for him to stay with them, and Coach Vegan just continued to obviously keep that opportunities rolling for him. And I think he's going to be a great addition, personally for me and just with the quarterbacks. But, just obviously his drive and his commitment to football as a player showed, and it's continuing into his coaching career.
Yeah, and now, looking forward to this week. Obviously, the season did not end the way you guys wanted to last year. You mentioned the 23-member senior class. How much did last season, the way it ended, motivate you guys coming into this one?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that we had a couple seniors last year that obviously they didn't get to leave this program the way that they wanted to. It's been kind of a motto for every senior class that when they come here and when they're when they're finally leaving, they want to leave it a better place than they found it. I think that group of seniors absolutely did that, but obviously they didn't really get to see the fruit, I suppose, of their labor there the last part of that season. And I think that obviously our senior class sees that. They saw kind of how really you don't really have a whole lot of control over the outcome of some different situations, and not that luck is really involved, but when your effort's 100%, things are going to turn out the way that they should be. And I think that I certainly think that the 23 seniors really have that chip on their shoulder, and they're going to do everything we possibly can to make sure we're on the right end of that that stick sometimes.
Let's talk about a couple other seniors in that 23-member class. Justice Perkis unfortunately suffered an injury during fall camp. He'll be out this week. Cole Sane moved from guard to center. How has it been working with him at center this week, and what are you guys looking forward to at New Mexico?
I'm so excited for Cole. Obviously last year he had to sit out, and he's returning, and he's just given so much to this program. Going to be 7 years for him here. It's just quite an undertaking. College football is, not for the faint-hearted, and to do it for that long and to be, persevere through so many different injuries. I just can't wait for the guy to go out there and just have a ball, really. I think, he absolutely knows what he's doing. I've got the full faith in, him making the points and then making all the adjustments, in the game, and I just can't wait for him.
Yeah, who else from this offense are you excited to see take the field week 0?
I mean, I really think it's top down. Really across the entire field. Our O-line has just been so consistent, been an absolute force in the FCS, and them to have the opportunity to go to an FBS school and show their ability on what FS1, I believe, whatever it might be. I'm super excited for those guys, and we have such a deep running back room. So many different guys are going to be able to make an impression. In the wide receiver room. I think, with Junior coming back this year, he wasn't able to last year, but we just have an entire, receiving core that just has big playability, and they're going to have great effort and go make plays on the ball, that we're going to need. So it's really just top down on the offense, names certainly. Ty, Junior, Rohan, Marcus, Adam Jones, Jared White, all these different guys that are going to be out there, just flying around making plays.
Getting into this week's matchup, you're a couple days into game week. What stands out for New Mexico?
The biggest thing is, certainly they have a new coaching staff, so we could watch their film from last year. We can kind of see what the personnel might look like. And they just released the depth chart, I suppose, yesterday, and so you don't know exactly what it's going to look like at 3-4, 4-3, 3-2-6, 3-2-7. It's nothing set in stone for sure. That first game is always a little bit of, trying to hunt ghosts almost. But we're just excited, to really just do what we do on offense and what we've been practicing, and no matter what we're going to be seeing, we're going to be able to execute. So I think that they're going to be, physical up front. I think our O-line's going to have to obviously match that. We have to take care of, that front, the front five on their five. And, in the back end, I think that they're going to believe that they're going to be, playing us a lot of one-on-ones with our wide receivers. And like I said, I think that those guys are going to be making plays for us all year going and getting the ball. So I'm excited for, really, again, just top down everybody to go make some plays.
Yeah. What's one goal you have for this season?
One goal for me for the season. I think it's just going 1-0 every single day. And certainly just, keeping that edge for the entire team. I think the season can get really long, no matter what the situation might be. But I think just going 1-0 every single day and just making sure we have that 100% effort. So, when you might need, some karma, some good luck going your way, you kind of almost have that banked up a little bit just because you respect the game of football, and the football gods take care of you sometimes. So.
Definitely. Yeah, it's a great motto. We heard it all fall camp, go 1-0 every day. The Bobcats hope to start out 1-0 this Saturday, and coming up, Keaton and I will be previewing that game against New Mexico.
Welcome back to Bobcat Insider, sponsored by First Interstate Bank.
Welcome back into the Bobcat Insider. I'm Grace Lawrence here with Keaton Glogly. Keaton, 23-member senior class. They span about 4 or 5 of those high school senior classes. The sense of urgency is evident, as Tommy said.
No doubt. And I think it's really been refreshing to see just how candid a lot of these guys have been throughout fall camp, talking about what that North Dakota State loss meant to them last year. Taco Dollars talked about that drop pass he had in Idaho and how he still thinks about it. And so, every time a student athlete reaches that senior year, that urgency always kind of builds. And it's kind of coming to a boil right now as we get set for week 0.
Right. Being around this team, they seem extremely locked in. That senior class brings a lot of leadership, a lot of hurt from last season that they want to get revenge, avenge some losses this year. It's going to be a major year for these 23 seniors as they leave it all out on the field.
Well, here we go. The season is underway. It's Tommy Malot's senior year. Brody Grebe is wearing the legacy number 41, and the Bobcats are starting the year on the road against a Mountain West opponent in Albuquerque with the New Mexico Lobos. Coming up, catch the coverage on the Bobcat Sports Radio Network an hour before kick. For Grace Lawrence, I'm Keaton Galogly. Talk next week.